Okay, good morning. This is a demo to the SAP SD training, what we are going to start from tomorrow onwards. So before starting demo, let me introduce myself again. So this is Shrikant. I have around 10 plus years of experience in total in SAP SD. Apart from SD, I take care of logistics execution, and I'm also bit into and PP as well, because SD requires cross module integration. So during these 10 years, I was part of multiple implementations and support projects, and as a consulting member, I got an opportunity to go to multiple locations across the globe. I've been to US, Canada, and many countries in Europe. So this is a quick intro. Now let us understand the main purpose of this demo, just to give you an overview of what is ERP and what is SAP, and what are the current job trends that we have for SAP, and so on and so forth. Maybe just I'll take you through this PPT. So this is what we are going to discuss in next 1 hour, like what is SAP, what is the job market, and what is the support you would get those who enroll for this particular training session. So let us start with the first point, who can learn SAP. Okay, SAP can be learned by anyone. The only requirement is they should have interest and passion to learn SAP and to make a career in SAP. So that is the only prerequisite. And some companies, yes, they would expect the person has to be at least a graduate. Okay, but there are some companies who even consider people who does graduation via distance mode as well. And in SAP, just you don't need any coding. Like, to learn SAP, you don't have to have an understanding of coding as such. So we will discuss all these things in detail as we progress. So just we are going to cover all these questions, like which I found basically asked by most of my students. So we are going to cover all these questions during this discussion. Now, before understanding or before proceeding what is SAP, let us understand what is ERP first. So ERP, as by definition, okay, ERP as by definition, it is enterprise resource planning. Okay, so let us first understand what is ERP. Then we will see what is SAP and where SAP comes in the ERP world. So ERP stands for enterprise resource planning. So the moment when we talk about enterprise is nothing but any company or any organization. And when we talk about resource, for any company, there are basically 4 resources which it would like to make use of these resources at the best optimized way. Those resources could be man means the employees of the company, or it could be its customers, or it could be its vendors, whatever it is. Okay, man means the people or the business partners. Money, the finances of the company, how best it can organize the finances. And the material, when I say material, it could be your raw materials, what you get from your vendor, and it could be your finished product, what you sell to your customer. And machines, when I say machines, yeah, your plants, all these come under your machinery. So enterprise resource planning is all about, okay, planning of your available resources that your company has got in the best possible way. Okay, so just how best you can integrate or how best you can optimize the utilization of your resources, okay, is actually carried out by this ERP concept. Okay, now let me take you through an example just to make you understand. So just if you take any manufacturing company, okay, just maybe that we will discuss, we will take an example and understand what is ERP, then just we'll come to SAP. Let us take an example. Suppose just you are into manufacturing of cement bricks. So you have a company which is into manufacturing of cement bricks. Let us assume this is what you are selling to your customer. So this is your end product. To manufacture this product, let us assume these are the raw materials that are required for you to manufacture this end product. So let us take an example. To manufacture, say, some 1000 bricks, you need, maybe just I'm taking a hypothetical example, don't get into the realistic nature. Let us take, you need 100 kgs of cement, maybe some 10 kgs of sand, and maybe some 50 kgs of this chipping stone. So this is what these are the raw materials that are required for you to manufacture your end product. Okay, let us assume there is a customer who has come to you and he has placed an order, say for 2000 bricks. Okay, because you are selling these cement bricks. Okay, so there is a customer who has come to you and he has placed an order for 2000 bricks, and they needed to be delivered on, let us say, 1st of March. So this is the order that you got from your customer. So the delivery has to be done on 1st of March at the customer location, 2000 bricks. So the moment when we place the order, the first and foremost thing what we need to check is whether do I have the enough material available with me, or enough inventory of finished goods available with me, so that I can deliver the material to the customer on his requested delivery date. So if the material is available, then system will start planning for the delivery. But there is a case I don't have enough material available with me, then my system should be in a position to send intimation to the production, okay, production department, to start manufacturing whatever shortage of inventory I have. So based on that requirement, my production department, they will start manufacturing. Production means, okay, they will convert these raw materials into your finished product. Okay, production department is responsible for converting your raw materials into finished products. Now if I have this much quantity of the raw material available, okay, then I can make this much quantity of finished product. Let us assume you have shortage of raw material for these two, you have shortage of these two raw materials with you. Then your production department should inform another department who gets the raw material from different vendors. So let us assume you are going to procure cement from vendor 1 and sand from a different vendor. So to get this procurement, maybe you need some 3 days time, so on and so forth. So what is happening here? So here we have seen there is a department which is responsible for sales, okay, which is responsible for sales. This department takes orders from the customers. Okay, there is a department which is responsible for production. Okay, there is a responsible department which is responsible to handle your inventory. When I say inventory, it is your material that is available. It could be your raw material or it could be your finished product. So to make this delivery seamlessly to the customer on the requested date, all these departments should be integrated tightly, so that they can exchange the information, or they can exchange the requirements within the departments. Okay, so this is so this can be achieved. Okay, this can be achieved by using your ERP concept. Okay, when you have this ERP concept, you can integrate all these departments. Okay, now if you take any typical manufacturing company, at a broader level you see 3 departments. At a broader level you see 3 departments. Okay, there is a department which is called procurement department. They get their raw materials from different vendors. Once these raw materials are procured, so these raw materials are converted to this finished product by your production activity. Once the production is done, you sell your raw material to your finished product to your customer. So the department which is responsible for getting these raw materials from vendors is called procurement department. Okay, the department what you responsible to get your raw materials is called procurement department, and department which is responsible for converting these raw materials into finished products, we call them as production department. Okay, we call them as production department. And department which is responsible for doing the sales to the customer is called sales department. Okay, now when you get material from your vendor, you are expected to pay money for whatever material you have procured or whatever material you have purchased. So the finance department is responsible for making this payment, and at the same time, whenever you are selling your material to the customer, you are expected to get money from your customer. So you get money from your customer for whatever sales you have done. So in a simple business cycle, from starting from getting raw material to selling my finished product to the customer, I have these 4 departments are involved. So we, in layman terms, we call them as departments. But when I translate these things into SAP, they will be coined as modules. So the module that is responsible for managing your finance is called a module in SAP. That is responsible for managing your finance is called SAP FI. The module that is responsible for procuring is called SAP MM. Module that is responsible for production activity is called production planning, SAP PP. And yes, this is our module which is responsible for selling the product and distributing. Distributing means making the product available for the customer, available at the customer location. Okay, that is SD. So if you take any typical business or any typical manufacturing company, okay, you would have these different departments. So the objective of ERP is an integration between these modules, a tight integration between these modules, so that you can utilize your resources in a best possible manner. Okay, so that is the introduction to ERP. Any doubts on this concept as such? Maybe going forward just we will see a bit more, but any doubts on ERP as a concept? Okay. Now, yeah, this is what we have discussed. If we take any company, yes, usually you get your material from your supplier. Once you get material from the supplier, you convert your raw material into finished product by doing production activities. Once you have material converted into finished product, you actually sell it to the customer. Okay, so in these two cases you have finance involved. So when you get money, when you get material from the supplier, you are expected to make a payment to the supplier from whom you have procured the raw material, and at the same time when you sell something to your customer, you are expected to get the payment from the customer. So you are expected to receive money from the customer, and in this case you are expected to pay the money. So this is actually handled by your finance department. So just if you look at this particular sheet, okay, if you look at this particular sheet, this particular section is handled by your procurement department. These two activities are handled by your production department. Whatever you see in green, okay, all anything and everything that is related to handling finance is handled by your financial department, and anything that is related to sales is handled by your sales and distribution department. Okay, so these are, in layman words, we call them as departments, but when we want to get this into SAP, we call them as modules. Okay, so your SD module is responsible for all the activities that are related to sales is handled by your SD module. So just we will see it in detail going forward. Okay, now let us go to the next one. So ERP, as we have discussed, it is an integration between different modules. So at a broader level, we have seen production department, finance department, sales department, and inventory department at a broader level. But apart from these departments, you may have some other departments as well based on the scope of your business. So your ERP is all about integrating all these modules seamlessly to exchange the data and to utilize your available resources in the best way. Your ERP will help you to utilize your resources in the best possible way by integrating these all different modules. So if you look at why people are going for ERP, maybe just you can see different companies perceive, okay, by going or by using ERP concept, it will improve your business performance and it will reduce your working capital, means your cost of production or your cost of business, and it will help you help the companies to serve their customers in a better way. So these are the different reasons why companies are going for this ERP concept. So when I say ERP concept is all about integrating the different modules you have or different departments you have in your organization to make use of the resources in the best optimized way. Okay, so that is when it comes to the concept. Now we understood what is ERP. Now let us understand what is SAP then. Okay, so just if you look at what is SAP, like there are different software. Suppose there is a software exclusively meant to handle your finances in your company, which is called Cube. In the same way, there is another software package to handle your inventory. In the same way, there is a software to handle your sales that you do to your customers. So if you take a typical business, or if you take any company, so there is a different packages are available, or different players are there in the market to suit the different departmental needs. Okay, so for to handle your finance, there is a software. To handle your sales, there is a different software. To handle your there is a different software. So earlier there was a concept called decentralizing of your resource planning, where just you had to use different softwares to handle different departments. But your SAP will help you to handle all these departments by using a single software. Okay, SAP is all about systems, applications and products. So it will help you to handle all the departments and to integrate all the departments to make sure that you utilize your resources in a best possible manner. Now just understand, now we understood what is ERP. Now ERP is a concept and it is provided by multiple players. Okay, SAP has got its own ERP. In the same way, Oracle has got its own ERP. Microsoft is another player who has got its own ERP. Now if you look at the market share of different ERP providers, you can clearly see SAP is the leader. Okay, and SAP is expected to grow at 11% CAGR. Year on year, it is expected to grow at 11%. And still there is almost 50% of the chunk of the market which is not used by any of the major players. So this is still, there is a lot of scope that is there for SAP to get into and penetrate and increase its market share. So now these are the different players that can provide your ERP solutions. Now we are going to discuss how SAP is relevant or how SAP is best. So now just we will understand why people are going for SAP when compared to the other ERP packages. Now just if you look at now to the people, now why we are learning SAP. If you look at the job market, current job market for SAP, okay, maybe this I have taken maybe some 3 days back from a popular job portal. So as of now you have these many jobs. Okay, I have not put any restriction on country as such, but if someone with experience 3 years, at any point of time there are opportunities one can get into. Okay, who has got experience in SAP. And if you look at the average package, suppose just someone who has learned SAP and who started working in SAP, the average package one can get is this. Okay, these are the market standards. So why people are getting into SAP? Because when compared to other professions or other non-IT professions, your SAP will give you almost a 70% increase when it comes to your monthly pay. So this is one of the main reason why people think to start their career in SAP. At the end, it's all about money. How much money you get by getting into job in SAP. Okay, now this is what makes people to learn SAP. Okay, this part we will discuss during our regular classes. Now in previous discussion we said we have discussed there are different modules. Now when I wanted to translate those modules, departments into SAP, when I translate those departments into SAP, we call them as modules. So your financials are handled by your SAP FI module. Your costing is handled by your SAP costing module. Yes, there is a module which we are going to discuss, sales and distribution. Your all sales and distribution activities are handled by your SD module. And in the same way, like we have many other departments or many different modules are there within SAP. Okay, basically we call these three and this one, these four are the core modules. So core module means these are the modules bare minimum any company should implement if they want to use SAP. Okay, but these are all additional modules, maybe just to put just to have additional activities if they wanted to perform, then they can go for these additional modules. Okay, these four are called core modules, and we have many other modules, secondary modules we call them. And apart from this, we have technical modules. Okay, in technical modules we have ABAP and we have basis. So ABAP is a module which requires coding. So whatever you see on the front end, it is actually coded by your ABAP department. ABAP is nothing but Advanced Business Application Programming. So this is a programming module. So as we have already seen, SD, we don't see even a 1% coding. It is all about concept and how we have to configure this particular business into SAP. So that is the responsibility of your sales and distribution module. So these are the different modules what you have in SAP. Now if you look at the career progression of any consultant, so depending on the number of years he has got, this is how a SAP consultant career progression can look like. Someone who is starting their career, they can join as a junior consultant or a trainee. Maybe the moment when they get experience in between 2 to 5 years, they become consultant, then they become senior consultant, and so on and so forth. So depending on your experience and expertise, every consultant will be given roles and responsibilities, and based on the project what he is handling. So this gives you an idea, like going forward next 10 years or next 15 years, where a consultant can land. Okay, and once you get into any project after learning SAP, okay, once you get into any company for that matter, depending on the experience what you have and depending on the expertise whatever you have, you will be given different projects. It can be an implementation project or it can be a development project. We are going to discuss what is implementation, what is support, what is upgradation, and what is development. So we are going to discuss all these things in detail, okay, when we talk about a concept called project implementation. But yes, the main idea to show this particular information is to give you an understanding what are the different types of projects one can get. Okay, now so this is a course content what we are going to discuss in next 3.5 to 4 months. As I said, like this is a complete course content of SAP SD what we are going to discuss. So I have divided the complete course content into 4 parts, okay, based on the nature of the topics. So these 4 parts put together, it would be for 110 days, and apart from this we are going to take some 10 additional days only to do assessments or to check our understanding levels. So just we'll keep 10 days for doing the practice, and I'll give you assessments. So just maybe we will take even these 10 days, so it would put total 120 days. So okay, every day starting from Monday to Friday you will have sessions starting from morning 7:30 to 8:45 a.m. It would be 1 hour 15-minute session, and initially you may not have sessions on weekends, that is on Saturday and Sunday. But yes, there are topics like pricing and maybe copy controls or STOs. There are some topics which requires continuity when it comes to learning. So especially topics like this we would try to cover on weekends. Okay, we will try to cover it on weekends, and the same would be informed to you upfront so that you can plan. Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss now. This is the best part in this discussion. So I started training maybe some 7 years back, but I started uploading videos in YouTube just to share whatever little bit knowledge I have, with an intention that people will get benefited. But the kind of response what I have received, okay, for my videos, whatever I have put in, was tremendous, and it is amazing. So it was very much motivating. So I'll try my level best to upload videos on very specific topics which are not covered by any other trainer. Okay, so I'll try to do that for the benefit of students. Now as I said, I'm into training for last 7 to 8 years. So most of my students, they got placed into multiple companies across the globe. So this is an exhaustive list. I just picked some random companies. Okay, so just be with me. So give your next 120 days to SAP. So SAP will take care of your rest of your life. So that is what I tell to my students. So just do practice whatever we discuss in day-to-day classes and understand the concept. Okay, now I'll come to this particular stuff. So now people would ask, how would we learn? So I'm not going to comment on the other trainers or other institutes where or how they actually teach. I rather don't prefer to use the word teaching, but rather I prefer to use a word learning together. So here we are, maybe this is the first and last time where you are going to see a PPT in our day-to-day sessions. Okay, just we are not here to learn or mug up the definitions. Rather, we will understand SAP from a conceptual point of view. Okay, maybe just to give you an example, during these sessions, okay, you are expected to take notes, okay, in your own language. Okay, maybe just whatever we discuss, you try to take a note of the concept in your own language. So when you put your understanding in your own language, it would be there for you, with you for your lifetime. And maybe this is what we have discussed for the last batch. So every topic whatever we discuss will maintain the conceptual understanding of each topic in this Excel, and the same Excel is shared every day. So just here, just we will try and understand the concept, and you are expected to write down whatever you are understanding in your own words. Okay, now this is coming to the notes part. And regarding how do we learn, so we are going to take a live example. Just we are not going to take any dummy company. We are going to take a live example of a company which is in operation across the globe, around 26 countries. But yes, during our discussion we will take this country operations from this company operations from maybe from Canada and Germany, and we will get this company operations into SAP by taking these two countries. So we will take that company's business process into SAP, and we will use this company as an example to understand how the business process, how the business functionality gets translated into SAP. So if I wanted to get this company into SAP, what are all the things that we need to do? So that is all about implementing a company which is not there into SAP and bringing that company into SAP. So this is what we are going to learn. We are going to take an example of a company which is already into existence. The only thing is just we are going to change its name. Okay, so this is how we learn. Just we don't take any dummy company and we'll try to understand the concept vaguely. We will take the exact business process what that company is doing, and we'll get that business process into SAP. Okay, now some people will ask, will I get placement assistance? Yes, obviously you will get assistance. Just understand this word carefully. When I say assistance, yes, you will be given assistance while preparing your profile, and we will do some mock interviews. So just I'll be there to assist you to clear interviews, or maybe to be successful in your current role, whatever you are doing in this would be there. So, and coming to the recordings, yes, we do record the sessions, but I'll not give the recordings immediately, because the moment when I say people will get the recordings, so what I have observed during the years is they are not that much attentive, because anyways they are going to get the recording at the end of the session. So instead of sending the recordings immediately, you would be given the recordings on a bi-weekly basis. Like after every 2 weeks you would be given the recordings of whatever we have discussed so far. So the idea is, if you don't if you are not attentive in the class, and if you don't practice it in the same day, even if you get the recordings after 2 weeks, okay, it would be of no use. Just to make sure that you are attentive in the sessions, and just to make sure that you practice whatever we have discussed on the same day. So to make that, just I'm going to give recordings only after 2 weeks, or on every 2 weeks rather. Okay, so this is what when it comes to sharing the recordings and notes. Okay, so any doubts, guys, whatever we have discussed on? So any doubts on whatever we have discussed, whether it is regarding the concept or regarding the timings or anything related to whatever we have discussed so far? Anyone has got any doubts? You guys are there?
Yeah, Srikanth is here.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. So when it will start live session? Means when the classes will?
Classes will be from tomorrow. So I'm going
Okay.
to upload whatever demo that we had in YouTube, and in the same video I will maintain the link to join the classes. Maybe that would be for initial 5 days. You can you can join the classes for initial 5 days, okay, till first.
Okay.
Okay, then just you can
Okay.
evaluate, and maybe then just if you decide, then just we can continue the classes. Okay, but in the same video you will have the link to join classes from tomorrow till 1st of March.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, there are other people who are going to join directly. Because of some reasons they were unable to join today's demo. You will have reasonable 10 to 12 students batch, so you can practice all together. Yeah. Any other questions? As I said, this is not going to be a complete theoretical session. We are going to learn the concept, and we'll try to make these sessions as much as interactive as possible. Okay, this won't be a one-way communication. I think those who have seen my videos, they would have understood. Maybe just you can go through my channel, which is already there. I have uploaded a few videos from my previous sessions. Maybe just you can go through it to understand how we are going to learn. Okay, and I'm going to repeat the same thing. Just give your 120 days to SAP. SAP will take care of your rest of your life. So just to elaborate that, I wanted to show you this one. Okay, so just to give an introduction, basically I'm from Visakhapatnam. So I have done my graduation in chemical engineering, and after that I went to my post graduation in PGDM, post graduation diploma in management. So there is an entrance test for that, okay, which is called management aptitude test, and in that I have scored somewhere around 99.4 percentile. So the reason why I am saying, so this percentile or my graduation or my post graduation can took me from Visakhapatnam to maybe Hyderabad. So till the time I never dreamt of moving out of my own city. After that I have moved my career path into SAP. So SAP has taken me to many places, okay, which I never dreamt in my life. SAP has took me here, SAP has took me here, SAP has took me all these places, whatever just I'm showing. I'm not promising that if you learn SAP, even you will get a you can globe and roam around the globe. But the reason why I'm showing I'm sharing this information is it can give you a motivation. What SAP can do to your life, or SAP can do to your career. So give your best to SAP, and SAP will take care of your life. So that is the reason just why I have shared this. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so initial till 1st of March it would be open for everyone, And after first it would be only for the people. I'll share a separate link from 2nd of March, which you can use to join the sessions. Okay, you have my number, right? You can connect with me anytime. So I'll create a group to all the people who have joined for this learning, and I'll share the assignments in the same group, and I'll share the notes in the same WhatsApp group. Okay, and when it comes to the recordings, yes, you will be shared all the recordings via Google Drive. Okay, so that's it from my side. So unless you have any questions, maybe just we can stop, and we can connect again tomorrow morning sharp 7:30. Any other question, guys?
Hari has raised his hand. Just addressing.
Sorry.
Hari has raised his hand, so just addressing. He has some question.
Yes, please, Hari.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I am actually unrelated to this field. I did my graduation in dentistry, which is completely off this field. So earlier I was thinking about venturing into non-clinical field. And when I was talking to my elder brother, he suggested me SAP. So what I wanted to ask is if it is possible for me to have a career in this field.
Okay, so there are two ways how you get into SAP. Okay. One, as a fresher. Okay. So there are companies who are recruiting. Maybe just if possible, just ping me on WhatsApp. I can give you the list of companies who are hiring direct freshers, or they are calling them as a trained freshers. So they are looking for people who are already reasonably trained and who has got reasonable understanding of the concept. So they are going to take them into their company as a trainee. Okay, this is one way. And the other way is, like, if you have an experience, like you in the field, some other field. I know people who has got experience as your medical representative. I know people who were working in banking. I know people were working in stock market. Even they have moved into SAP. Okay, so there are sometimes your previous experience some companies will consider. Okay, but sometimes they don't consider your previous experience. Rather, they will treat you as a fresher, and they will take you in the companies. And I know there is a different way how people will get into the companies, maybe just by showcasing 3 to 4 years of experience. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so just trust me. I'm repeating the same thing. Like next to 120 days, just be with me and give your best. And as I said, most of the people who have learned together with me, okay, they could happily get into the job with the 3 years or 4 years of experience, and they could handle the issues that a consultant would get with this kind of experience. So most of them, they never faced any trouble. Okay, so just be attentive and remember these two things. So you are here to learn SAP. You are spending your most valuable resource, that is your time, and at the same time you are spending your hard-earned money. So just try to give respect to these two things, because you are spending your most valuable time and your hard-earned money. So try to do justice for whatever you are spending, and make sure that you practice it on every day in and day out, so you can clear interview maybe in max in 3 attempts. And at the same time, just don't learn subjects just for surviving in SAP or a job as a consultant. Learn the concept to excel. So I don't prefer to use surviving in the job. So learn the subject in such a way that once you get placed in any company, this subject should allow you to excel in your career. So learn like that. Anything else, guys? So you have my number, right? So just ping me on WhatsApp. I'll share the class link for next 1 week, okay, which you can use. So first 1 week you can use as maybe the demo sessions till 1st of March. I will send a link of the classes for the next 5 days. Okay, classes would be from morning 7:30 to 8:45. We will have a typical 1 hour class and maybe some 10 minutes of discussion time. Okay. Now, how to practice and
Okay.
where to practice, I will explain it in tomorrow's session. Okay, where to get this software installed or how to get these online server access for practice. So all these things I'll explain it tomorrow. So I presume everything is clear and what we are going to learn and how we are going to learn. What do you get during what you people will get in these 120 days. So I try to give information at a broader level. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on the number that is already mentioned. So anyways, I'm going to upload this recording on YouTube, and I will even update the link to join classes in the same YouTube link, which you can use to join. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
guys. Anyone else has got any questions? Okay, then. I presume just you are clear. So let us meet again tomorrow morning to start learning SAP SD together. Okay. All the very best, guys, and keep learning. Yeah. Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.